A Staten Island congressman physically threatened a NY1 reporter after last night's State of the Union address. And political director Bob Hart joins me now with more on this event and what happened. I mean, it's really unbelievable when you see that video.
Yeah, we had planned to have an interview with Congressman Grimm following the State of the Union address to get a reaction from him, and we got a whole different kind of reaction from him. Michael Scotto did when he asked him about an ethics probe that's been ongoing in his 2010 fundraising practices.
And just very briefly, because for somebody who hasn't seen, he threatens to throw him off the balcony. I mean,
he threatens to break him in half too. Yeah,
because he asked a legitimate question about a legitimate story facing the congressman.
Yeah, and you know, this has sort of happened before, Annika, not quite as physical. Our own Errol Lewis almost got into a kind of a similar confrontation several years ago with a congressman. I have to say, I'm not entirely shocked that he got angry, but then this is a whole new level, and it was it's a little scary, to be honest with you, watching it as it was unfolding. What
I found very interesting was that he did not offer any apology for his actions. He seemed to try to justify them.
I was sort of surprised after talking to his spokesman last night that we didn't get an apology, but instead we got some sort of bizarre justification, an attempt at a justification from the congressman. I have to say it was pretty disappointing to read that.
And in terms of reaction from other congressmen, from the House leadership, I can't imagine something like this is going to go away.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't in Staten Island or somewhere else in New York City. This was right in the Capitol, and I think we're going to have to probably hear from some House Republicans today, maybe the Speaker, getting a reaction. Do you feel that this is acceptable for one of your members to physically threaten a reporter? I mean, you have to go back to the days of the Civil War when you had a senator caning another senator on the floor of the Senate. I mean, there's that kind of violence. And I think that that's going to probably be addressed today.
And Bob, you know, this all of a sudden, you and your unit and NY1 thrust into the center of the news, covering a story that happened to one of our reporters. How do you handle that, and how are you in the political unit approaching this story that is focused on you?
I mean, that's a really good question, Annika, because on the one hand, on a personal level, I'm very angry and very upset. But you have to remove that anger from our coverage. Michael did a whole story on this last night. I thought he did a very good job. So on the one hand, we do want to talk about how angry we are, but on the other hand, we have to cover this like any other political story. And I have to say, this is a big political story.
Yeah, certainly we are not the only ones covering it at this point, and we will continue to do so, and I'm sure much more inside City Hall later today.
For sure.
Bob Hart, thanks so much.
Thank you.